So if you are like me and you love to host dawats and parties, but you're stressed and it gets out of your budget, then this video is for you. Keep your guest list small. I know, it's tempting. You want to keep a big dawat, invite lots of people you know, your friends and family. But keeping a small guest list makes it cozy, affordable, because the more food you make, the more money you're going to spend. And I think it's pointless to invite people who you hardly know, or you're just inviting them for the sake of inviting them and you don't really want to invite them. Intention is key. Your cabinets, your pantry, they're full of items that you might have forgotten that you already have. So it's always a wise idea to check them before you go for your grocery shopping. Make a list of things that you already have, write them down in your diary or your notebook or your phone, whatever, before you make your menu or before you even go and plan your groceries. Remember, you have a lot of treasure inside, and you might as well think of a new dish that you can make with items you already have. So you're going to save on grocery runs. Normally, when you're keeping a big dawat or a party, you already know in advance when it is supposed to be. So, ideally, your grocery should be 1 to 2 weeks before the dawat. The reason for this is that when you go to the supermarket with the intention of buying grocery for a dawat, you're going to look for discounts, bulk buying, and prices at reduced items, which you would normally not look for when you're doing your normal grocery runs. So, this way, you can take advantage of discounts. Otherwise, if you just go to the grocery just a few days before your dawat, you're going to buy things on a higher price because you don't have choice and you don't have more time. The entire dawat menu is dependent on what menu you decide to make. So, the lavish the menu, the higher the budget would be. The simpler and smarter menu, the lesser it would be. So, I suggest you keep like a smart menu where you keep 4 dishes, out of which 2 main dishes are meat dishes and the other 2 are either vegetarian options, or it could be one rice option and one vegetarian option. Because if you keep all these meaty dishes together, then you're going to raise your budget for no reason. You can also keep filler dishes like chow mein, which can be your crowd favorite. You can put french fries. These things all are very affordable and they look really, really pretty on the table. Plus, if you have kids coming in, they are going to love french fries and love chow mein. They love noodles, they love nuggets, they love french fries. So that's going to be a win-win situation for you and for the parents who are going to come in for the dawat, because their children will not fuss about what they're going to eat. Some desi dawat dish ideas could be keeping Bombay biryani, Sindhi biryani, that could be a meat dish, chicken or mutton. Keep a kebab dish, seekh kebab, chapli kebab, raita, salad. Keep a vegetable pasta, or you want to keep a vegetable with chicken kadai, naan, and that's it. It's a really good desi menu. Another idea is to keep roast chicken. Along with that, keep aloo cutlets. Matar plow. Matar plow is just pea plow. It is very affordable, looks really good with the crowd. A kebab dish, salad, raita, naan, and it's going to be a hit situation. You can alternate roast chicken with mutton roast, nihari, or halim as well, and keep the rest of the menu simple, like I told you before. Try to keep it simple and try to make dishes that you already know. Please don't try new dishes when you are doing a dawat, because they may not turn out as tasty. You might waste a lot of money, you might waste food, and you might put things on the table that your guests won't like. So, that's a stressful situation and you don't want to get in that. It also happened with me. Sometimes I'm really excited and I want to make new dishes for everybody. Dawat situation, or whenever you're putting in a dawat, that is not the time to try and become a new chef. Please don't do that. Please don't cook in bulk. Cook according to your guest list. Normally, what happens is we invite 5 people or 10 people, but we end up cooking for 20 or 25 people. And I'm guilty of this. I do this a lot. My fear is that the food shouldn't be short. there shouldn't be a shortage of food, and that's why I end up cooking more than what is required. And a lot of you can relate with me, I guess, because imagine a guest asking for a second piece of serving of your roast chicken and you don't have it. So that's a shameful and embarrassing situation. But of course, it's not easy to do it the right way the first time. But of course, you can do a Google search and write down how many cups of rice should I make for a guest list of 10 or something like that. And then slowly and gradually, you will learn how to wisely put it per dawat and not waste food, because wasting food is bad. You shouldn't do that. It's also a waste of money. So please don't do that. I can relate to the excitement when you keep a dawat. You go on Google, you search best recipes to make for dawat, and then those recipes are made entirely differently. They use up a lot of ingredients, some use a lot of expensive ingredients, and when you do the same, you're definitely going to increase your budget for no good reason. For example, if you go and search for butter chicken on Google, you will have a variety of videos. Some will show a simpler option, some others will use very expensive ingredients, some are going to use a very complex method of making that same dish. Each of them would be tasty in their own way, but you have to be smart about choosing the video that tells you how to make that same dish with limited number of ingredients but will actually taste tasty. So if you're going to keep prawn tempura instead of french fries as your starters, definitely your prawn tempura is going to increase your budget while french fries is going to be an affordable option, but both of these options are going to be loved by your crowd. So you have to be mindful and smart about what you keep in your dawat menu to keep the budget low. Now, an expensive ingredient is saffron, and in Urdu we call it zafran. It is a very expensive ingredient. It is used in desserts, especially in desi desserts. Now, if you put that zafran in your desserts, definitely the costs are going to be high. So you have to be mindful about what you keep and what you can. If you can afford, well, good enough for you. But the fact that you're watching this video is because you have come here for affordable tips. So stick to them. If you have the liberty of time, which means you can choose the time of your dawat and your guests are also okay with it, then keeping breakfast or brunch is better than keeping a lunch or dinner. The reason is breakfast and brunch items are usually affordable and easier to make. They take less effort. So it's a win-win situation if you can keep breakfast or brunch, but totally up to you. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes when you're calling guests, that time is not suited for them. They're either busy at that time. But if you have the liberty to do that, I will give you a few breakfast brunch options, some desi options as well as some English options. So if you're opting for a desi breakfast, desi nashta, then something like omelette, halwa puri, suji ka halwa in dessert, and keep some keema as well, which is mince, and it's perfect. Okay, and for dessert you can keep kheer or suji ka halwa, as I said. Now if you want to go with some English breakfast, then omelette, scrambled eggs, hash browns, get some toasted bread, garlic bread, or some croissants, and you can also keep something like pancakes as well to elevate your table look. All of these options are going to take less time for you to make, will be affordable, and it is going to be a win-win situation for you. You can limit the number of juices or beverages that you're going to offer on the day. Cold water, keep one type of juice or one type of soda, that's it. Don't keep cold pressed juices or a variety of different sodas and juices for people to have. This is going to increase your budget. People are going to have what is available on the day. I'm sure none of the guests are going to ask for more or a different type of drink as long as you have kept water and different juices. So don't worry. Flowers will elevate the table look, but you don't have to go to the store and buy new ones. They can be expensive. What you can do is, if you have a garden full of flowers, go ahead, pick them up, place them in your vase, and it's going to look beautiful. If you don't have a beautiful garden or flowers for that matter, go to a public park, get them from there, or ask one of your neighbors, get permission from them. I'm sure they will allow you to pluck a few branches from their garden. Buying new cutlery, getting the most expensive one is not going to assure you that you have a good dawat. No problem if your guests have already seen your old cutlery or they've eaten in that cutlery for a couple of times before. It doesn't really matter. All they've come here is for food, is for company. So don't worry, keep your old cutlery, make sure it's clean and tidy. A lot of emphasis on the table can be how you place your napkins, how you place the cutlery, how many flowers are there on the table. You can light some candles that you already have in your home without straining your budget. So remember, smart planning can help you lower your budget. You can make use of things that you already have in your home and create a beautiful ambience. Now go get ready, get yourself dressed, put a smile on your face, put on some perfume, and welcome your guests without straining your budget.